inviting me speaker. In this conference, I basically brief you about the use of remote sensing and GIS on water counting. As earlier, Dr. Mohsin Waqas explained you that how you can calculate the water demand uh, by inputting the manual values of flows and other parameters that he mentioned in his presentation. So basically, water accounting describes you that how you can communicate, how you can quantify, and how you can measure the available water resources. So the major water challenges, uh, I think you already know up till now that main water challenges basically in Pakistan are unkept groundwater abstraction, climate variability, inflexible irrigation system, and so this is basically a world over water allocation. So in Pakistan, you can see that 95% of fresh agriculture water is in your agriculture system. So these are the simple questions that I think that we all need to know the answers of these questions. So as no one can say that how much of water is available in all over Pakistan and where this water is available. And no one also tells you that how you can manage this water and how you can allocate this water for your agriculture. So basically water budgeting is a term that that is used to allocate the water for agriculture. So for water budgeting, a small part of water budgeting is water accounting. So first you have to know that how much water accounts are available and how much and where these water accounts are available. So as it can be managed. So if you know that how much water is available and where this water is available, so you can easily manage these water resources. So this is a brief history of water accounting. It basically starts in 50s and so this is a brief history of water accounting. This is water accounting is basically done in two forms. One is flow counting and one blue water is measured. And the green depletion counting means the green water as well as the blue water both are measured. We estimate both the blue water and green water to equally estimate the water allocations and water counts. So before moving to Paisibal, I would like to explain about this water accounting term. Basically there are two types of water accounting. One is water accounting, simple water accounting, and the second one is water accounting plus. You can see that in the table water accounting plus is written. So water accounting is basically the allocation and measurement of water accounts, and water accounting plus is managing these accounts in estimation of water budget. So in IMNI we use the Paisibal techniques to calculate the water accounting for the India conditions. So this is basically a methodological framework of Paisibal. First, as in previous presentation, like Dr. Mohsin said, if you don't have all these values, if you don't know about your agriculture, about your land, and you don't have the flows data, that provide you with the imagery of your land. So from this imagery, you move towards the meteor data set. That helps you in calculating the water counts. So in meteor data sets, I'll explain these things in next slide. This is a brief methodological framework. From satellite data, we move towards the water counting. We use only the imagery that a satellite provides you by using remote sensing techniques, and we use this imagery and all the data sets to further process this data into a final result of water. So this again the evolution of water counting. So basically water counting starts from IMNI, and then basically first of all the water counting models that we use, irrigation efficiency models and rainfall runoff models and seaball models, surface energy balance system models. And so from IMI, first we use the water counting method, then we move towards the water counting plus, and then in collaboration with Vapor and other institutes, we move further from water counting plus to more accurate results. So as I already explained that water counting is not, it doesn't mean that we only measure the water balance. It includes all the like blue water and green water that I already explained before. That it includes all the climate impacts, water use, industrial water use, domestic water use. We use all these inputs to produce a water budgeting and move towards the water counting plus system. So basically we have water used by your crops and become and produce some kind of results. And non-consumptive water use is that is available for you, but you can't be able to use this water. So this is the image that describes the consumptive. So basically, in water counting, like you know already that Dr. Musin said, crop water demand, and the other is actual whole university. Then you can be able to the sensors that you need to calculate the ET are very expensive. You can buy it, I think, more accurately than the sensor base. So this is basically the energy that is stored in your soil. All this energy converted into heat. So you can download the ET products from these satellite images. And this is also a list of the satellites that provide you with the ET. So I think mainly is the MODIS, Landsat and GLDAS. These satellites also provide you with the ET products. And after that, the FAO basically ET has two parts. One is evaporation and one is transpiration. Evaporation is the loss of water from the surface of earth or soil, and transpiration is the transfer of water from plant surface. And interception is basically the rate calculate the ETs for your area. ET means potential evapotranspiration and actual evapotranspiration. Then we move towards the calculation of blue ET is basically the evapotranspiration from the surface of the ocean, and green ET is basically the evapotranspiration from the surface of your soil, and towards the calculation of water counting and actual evapotranspiration and potential evapotranspiration. So the parameters that affect your ET and actual evapotranspiration that you considered as crop water consumption. So this is a brief image from moving from a large scale to a smaller scale for water budgeting and water counting. So ET calculation, as I already explained, that we calculate this ET in the form of layers. Like if you have one sensor, then it only gives you the data of a point where it is installed. So in remote sensing, you can calculate the ET on a larger scale by using remote sensing techniques. So this is an image that provides you a brief information that how you can calculate the ET by using remote sensing datasets. So these are basically the remote sensing inputs that you input into the model to give you the final product that is in the form of ET and potential evapotranspiration. So we force these inputs in water counting framework to give you the crop water demand and crop water consumption for a year condition. So now I'll explain the algorithm that I first showed you, PyCbal. So these are the input data set and that required for the PyCbal and what it will give you as output. So in input we have four types of data sets. One is satellite data set, meteor data set, soil data set, and digital elevation mode. So these are data sets can be downloaded easily from any remote sensing source, any remote sensing website. So you give these inputs to PyCbal, and as a result, it provides you the outputs of actual evapotranspiration, potential evapotranspiration, biomass products, and many other energy balance products. So in this presentation, we only focus on the groundwater demand and groundwater consumption, that how you can calculate the groundwater demand and groundwater consumption for your area by using remote sensing. So this again is a similar algorithm that I showed you earlier for PyCycle. So this is a land use and total classification of LULC for a Hindiarkand district, and down there you can see the table that will show you the area calculation of each row that will be stored in the Hindiarkand district. And this is the output of PyCycle results of, in actual evapotranspiration. This is the actual evapotranspiration. On the left hand side you can see the annual evaporation, and on the middle you can see the seasonal, Rabi and Kharif. And on the right side you can see the daily evapotranspiration changes for a whole year. This basically actual evapotranspiration is the crop water consumption. Consumption means the water consumed by the crops, and the water consumed by the crops is actually the water that a farmer provides to the crop for its growing. So from this image, you can calculate the crop water consumption as in this table. And you can see that for each crop, first you will need this land use and cover, and from this land use and cover you can classify the crops that are grown in an area. And from this land use and cover, you can move towards the evapotranspiration. And this evapotranspiration is calculated by using PyCycle model. And from this evapotranspiration, you can calculate the crop water use. It is actually the ET values for each crop that I already showed you in land use and cover. And sugarcane, from here you can see all the crops and all crops ETs that we have extracted from these images. And total water consumption for a Hindiarkand is 4,877 millimeter cube per year. And this is the potential evapotranspiration that you consider in crop water demand. And from on the left hand side, this is the annual, in middle these are the seasonals, and on the right hand side these are the daily potential evapotranspirations. And this is the water demand potentiality. These are similarly, these are the values for each crop extracted from the potentiality images. So water demand is basically higher than crop water consumption. So as you see that all these water, we don't have even input any variable from a physical attribute. All these parameters and all these inputs are taken from a remote sensing website or remote sensing satellite, and these inputs are incorporated into water demand and water consumption. So thank you very much.